Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Being the Odds. It is Sunday, September 22nd, 2024. We are back with our NFL best bets of the day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach, and welcome to Being the Odds. Let's recap Thursday's results. So we had a good day in college football yesterday, by the way, 6-4. We were having a fantastic college football season. But Thursday, we had a bad day in the NFL. We had Jets minus 5.5. That was a win for our members only best bet. Easy dub, never much of a doubt there. Over 37.5 in Jets and Patriots was a complete, we got hosed, man. I mean, the Jets and the Patriots both had 4 drives past the opponent's 35-yard line, and they left with 0 points 4 different times. If you're telling me we just get field goals there, we go over this number. And this game's a little more competitive, and our props got sacrificed to the fact that this game was over about mid-third quarter. So is what it is. 20-28 overall for the season. Can't hide the record. And you know what? Here's the deal. We have not had the start we wanted to, but for me, I'm unbelievably optimistic because for my career doing this, we have a 61% hit rate overall, 68.9% on members only best bets. So the fact is that even though we've been below those averages so far, the averages we're always going to return to the mean, which is for us really, really good. And I have a feeling this Sunday is when we're turning that shit around. And we have a loaded video for you guys here today, and I mean loaded video. 5 plays for you guys here on YouTube. We also have 5 members only best bets for you guys here in the NFL. We had a great college football day yesterday. We're on a 10-5 members only best bet run right now. And you can get all those members only best bets plus an MLB best bet on the comments below, zdmbets.com/picks. As a member, get all our members only plays every single day, which was profitable best bets on a day-to-day basis. On top of that, you have a direct line to me. So any game you're considering betting, reach out to our hotline number, get a guaranteed response back about any game you're considering betting, and you get our free picks too on YouTube sent to you before these videos come out. They would take advantage of early lines, early odds. The website zdmbets.com/picks, zdmbets.com/picks, zdmbets.com/picks. 6 plays, $65. Go get them. Now let's jump into plays that we have today. I'm gonna get started with our first play, which would be the over 51.5 in Arizona and Detroit. First things first, Detroit's offense is going to be 100% better after the weird game they had last week against the Bucs. I don't know if you all watched that game last week. It was just a weird overall game, and I see Detroit bouncing back specifically offensively because Jared Goff did not look good, and he usually looks a lot better than that. Plus, he's in a dome today, and Jared Goff plays way better in domes than outside of them. Arizona's defense is complete trash as well. They're not a good defense whatsoever. I know what they look like versus the Rams last week. We had the Cardinals, by the way, on the money line last week, and they won easily. But their defense is not very good. They went against a team that was the walking wounded in the Rams last week, and they smoked them. But the fact is that when you go against a competent offense, which is what they're going to do with Detroit should be able to move the ball up and down the field pretty easily. Now, Arizona's offense is absolutely electric. Kyler Murray looks like old school Kyler Murray. Marvin Harrison looked great last week. They've got themselves weapons galore, I mean, all over the place. And I just love the matchups for Arizona today. And Detroit's defense is solid, but Arizona's talent should be able to override the fact that they're going against a really solid defense, and they're at home. Give me the over 51.5 in Arizona and Detroit. Next, go with the Saints minus 2.5 versus the Eagles. I don't see the Saints, what the Saints did, being a fluke after what they did to the Cowboys. I just don't see it. 44-19 in Jerry World is absolutely insane. Now, you could call me an overreactor. Look at what Philly did against the Falcons, and people really overrate that loss they had against Falcons. I think the Falcons are actually pretty solid. But the fact is that the Eagles, the biggest issue the Eagles have, and they have not addressed it, they just haven't. I don't really understand why they haven't, but they haven't, is their back seven. Their back seven is shitty, and I mean shitty. They cannot guard anyone on the perimeter, and the Saints have guys on the perimeter that have been able to really light it up overall. And now the Eagles, on top of that, having a very good back seven, they get no pass rush either, and the the O-line for the Saints has been really good this year. Alvin Kamara's had a resurgence. He looks like old school Alvin Kamara. And if he's old school Alvin Kamara, good luck with stopping the Saints team. Plus, the new OC for the Saints has really turned this around. He overshadows Dennis Allen's incompetence, which he's had for 20 years. This new OC, Kubiak, very good. And on top of that, the Eagles' offense is very good. The Eagles have some good offensive personnel, let me put it that way. Because Devontae Smith is really good. Obviously, Saquon's great. but the O-line's not as good as it used to be. And Jalen Hurts without AJ Brown is a completely different quarterback. With him, he's 28-8. That's unbelievable. And without him, he's like 8-17. He's so bad without him. And guess who they're not going to have today? They're not going to have AJ Brown. So, excuse my voice. We were out in Nashville last night, so I don't know how long. But even so, like he's been horrible without AJ Brown. And I don't have AJ Brown. He doesn't have AJ Brown this week. The Saints defense is flying around. They're healthy right now. Not sure how long-term the success for the Saints will be, but they're at home against an Eagles team that can't guard anyone, doesn't get pass rush, and is missing their best offensive player. Give me the Saints all day long, -2.5. This number's moved a lot, by the way, in the Saints' direction. Next one, the Niners. The Niners -6.5 versus the Rams. The 49ers own the Rams. That is just the case. They own the Rams right now. And by now, I mean like since Shanahan and McVay have been there, the Niners have had nothing but success other than the NFC Championship, and they should have won that as well. And really the biggest thing here, I mean, 6.5 is a lot of points to swallow, but the fact is that the Rams are the walking wounded right now. That's just what it comes down to. They don't have anyone other than Stafford to go throw the ball. If it were me, like I don't know, this is probably when I'm not an NFL head coach. I'd sit Stafford today because he's going to take an absolute beating, and they have no one to throw the ball to. They have no one to carry it. Connor Williams is there, I think, but everyone is hurt. And the fact is that even though the Niners are missing McCaffrey, they have everybody else. They're coming off of a loss against the Vikings, and they're on the bounce back. Ayuk's not going to be invisible forever. Debo, is Debo playing? I think he's playing today. Even if he's not, I still like the Niners here because they have so much of the depth of talent, and their defense has just been. I mean, they're bad. The people were blaming last year Steve Wilks for the defense, and they might be right because since he's left, they have been unbelievable. And I mean unbelievable, this team. So give me the Niners -6.5 versus the Rams here today. Next one with the Steelers, -2.5 versus the Chargers. A little bit of a contrarian pick here. The sharp money's all over the Steelers here today. And the home is, first off, for them, it's a home opener. Their defense is so good. The Steelers, I underrated them a little bit this year at the Falcons a couple weeks ago. They are really good defensively, and Justin Fields looks sort of competent. Now, I'm not even saying he's good. He just looks kind of competent, which is obviously a huge win for the Steelers. Pickens is good. Najee Harris, he's looking pretty decent. Like Jalen Warren, pretty good. Freiermuth, pretty good. And the biggest thing, though, here, the biggest difference in this game, though, is that Justin Herbert's health's a major issue. Got a high ankle sprain, also dealing with plantar fasciitis on top of that. Like, it's not it might be Easton Stick time. If it's Easton Stick time, God help me, because for the Chargers anyway, because the Steelers run him off the field. And the Chargers defense is really good. And given how good the Steelers defense is, though, they match up really well with what Harbaugh wants to do offensively. I think it's a low-scoring game. The Steelers will win this game by 3 or 4 points, but -2.5 is not 3 or 4, so they're going to get over this number. So give me the Steelers -2.5 versus the Chargers here today. And then we're going another contrarian pick. We're going Broncos +6.5 versus the Bucs. Sharp money's heavy on the Broncos. They're fighting for their season. I mean, that's just really what it comes down to. They are fighting for their season. And if they don't get it done now, I mean, if they lose this game, they're done. And I think, and obviously they know that. The Bucs are 2-0. They're coming off a major win against the Lions. It's a classic letdown spot. And when you can look at this Broncos team, 6.5 points in the NFL is a ridiculous amount of points. Now, I mean a ridiculous amount of points. And the Broncos defense played well the first 2 games of the year. And they're going to be able to do that against the Bucs today. And on top of that, the offense for the Bucs has had serious problems. And I mean serious problems being able to going against these really great defenses in Seattle and Pittsburgh. The Bucs defense is not either of those defenses. They're worse. So I think the Broncos will be able to have more offensive success. Every game that Bo Nix plays, he'll be playing better, in my opinion. Give me the Broncos +6.5 versus the Bucs here today. Now, like I said, guys, we do have 5 members only best bets in the NFL, 1 in the MLB, so 6 picks, $65. You can go to the zdmbets.com/picks. Website is linked in the comments below. But guys, go lock in those picks. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. I'll see you all tomorrow.